What is up, YouTube fam? I want to welcome you to the Lil J Show. Of course, I am Lil J. Hey, I hope everybody is having a wonderful and blessed day. I hope it is absolutely going amazing for you guys. You feel me? Um, I didn't, I was kind of waiting to do a video. I see everybody, doing videos on this trial and the situation, but I wanted to wait to do my video until the trial was over and we got a verdict. Well, as of today, the trial is over and we got both verdicts. That was like so fast. That was the fastest I've ever seen. And you know, throughout this trial, you had some solid moments and you had some sad moments. And we're gonna go through all that during this video I'm fixing to make that I'm making. I want to say that I'm making. We're gonna go through all that. Uh, I was kind of rooting for Scotty or Leroy, aka Scotty 33. He good with the assist and he don't miss. That's how he got his nickname from the famous basketball player, Mr. Scotty Pippen. Good with the assist and he don't miss. But I was rooting for my guy. I was hoping that he would have got a not guilty or maybe a lesser charge than what they was charging him with. Maybe he could have. I'm hoping that he could still have somewhat of a life when he gets out. You know what I mean? Because to me, I just don't feel like they had enough evidence. Where they found the DNA on this lady, and then of course the gun. So it was enough. But I just hate it for him. I mean, you got two young brothers. Now their lives, well, I believe as of September 8th, their lives will belong to the state of Florida. And it's always some kind of race thing, and I'm gonna just go and say it. That's exactly where they want us anyway. So these guys just made it a little easier for them, and I hate it. My boy, Jesus, man, just look at these little young brothers, man. It's sad, but my boy KSO, I don't think he had a chance. Had too many people going against him. There's no love when it comes to this street, these politics. Don't nobody give a damn about you, and you have to love yourself, and we'll see. Y'all will see what I mean on that too. But you do really have to love yourself. But the daddy, I believe he went a little overboard with the love and himself. You know, it was, golly. There's no love. There's no good friendships. There's nothing. Not when it comes to this street stuff. But I'm gonna stop doing all this talking. I want to get to these videos, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna chop all this stuff up. From my opinion, I'm not a judge. I'm not an attorney. I wasn't a juror. Really don't know all the information. I'm just telling y'all my opinion of what I've seen, throughout this whole thing. So, let's get to it.
I believe you're the one that busted his ass.
That was him that fell?
Yeah, that was him.
What?
You jumped a fence like it was a hurdle, and like a lot of people jump hurdles, you didn't make it, and your back right leg got clipped, and you did a roll, like you busted your ass a little pretty hard. But you got up and took it like a champ. I ain't gonna lie to you. You took that shit like a champ.
He got up quick. I was hmm? I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all got the wrong guy.
Nah, got the right one.
What y'all talking about?
Scotty, you can't even look at us and tell us in our faces and say we don't have the right guy because we know we got the right guy. Because every time we ask you something that you want to answer, you look right down that floor. Ain't nothing down there. Trust me. The truth won't stay right here. Man, telling you the truth. This shit ain't going away. I got a better chance to hit the lottery than your DNA end up in a random place on some woman. All right, man. All right, man. Well, Blue ain't gonna pick you up this time. I know that. Blue can't help you. KSSO can't help you. Ain't nobody come pick you up, big dog.
I don't know what's moving.
All right. 904, 803. I forgot the rest. I know who's registered to. I can prove whose phone it was at the time. And I can prove who had it at the time.
Had what?
A cell phone. Where you know your old number. That shit got cut off February 5th.
I ain't even got no phone.
Yeah, I know, because your mom turned it off. Now, how I know that? Come on, bro.
I don't know what y'all talking
All right. Your mom already told us whose phone number it was when we asked her about it. When we came to your house looking for you, because now you know about that.
No, I don't know what time is it?
Yeah, about 11.
22.
Special story that you keeping to? You don't know what we talking about?
I don't know. For which nigga?
I told you you're not helping me, man. Ain't nothing to help with me, just to help you right now. You know the difference between a robbery and a burglary?
Hmm?
You know the difference between a robbery and a burglary? No? So robbery, say home invasion robbery, you going in with the intent to commit some type of crime. Like you going in with the intent to steal something out the house, to beat somebody up. Burglary, you going into a structure or a house that don't belong to you. You might not have the intent to rob nobody or hurt nobody, nothing like that. But you just going in, maybe to get away. I don't know. There's a difference. And your story can probably decipher between the two when it comes to this incident. Like, what was your intention? We can only get that from you as far as what your intention was when you went in.
I never robbed nobody. Touch.
Okay, so now this is what I was saying, about, he kept it solid. He kept it, different, he did what he was supposed to do. He didn't go in there talking. I don't know what y'all talking about. He kept saying, I don't know what you're talking about. So he kept it solid for Queso and also himself. He ain't finna go in there and just start, you know, okay, you got me. Let me just lay it all down. I just like Boosie said, make them people do their job. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there trying to help them, thinking it's gonna do something or give you a lighter sentence because it's still up to them whether they're gonna fully charge you or kind of drop it down. So make them do their job. That boy kept it real. But they say keeping it real can go bad, but he kept it real, he kept it solid. True friend indeed. I salute that young dude. I just hate that it was under these circumstances right here. But these other two, I can't I can't say that. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Let's get to it.
And don't testify. You know the rule, don't testify. If you don't, you live. If you do, you die. You know the rules, don't testify.
All right, you may proceed.
Race score, thank you. What did Hakeem Robinson tell Raekwon Howard that you heard?
Well, he was telling him that one of his homeboys was slipping. He was finna get killed.
Did he give a name?
No.
Before Charles McCormick came out of the temp agency, did you stay where you were at, or did you relocate that Nissan Altima?
I relocated
Where?
in front of the temp agency.
Where was that in relation to where Charles McCormick had parked his vehicle?
It was like right behind his vehicle.
And what was the purpose of doing that?
Get it closer.
And when you relocated the Nissan Altima, did the plan change or did it stay the same?
It changed up.
Did you change it?
Yeah, I changed it.
And what did you change the plan to be?
Well, I told Hakeem that it'll be better if he did it himself.
And why was that?
It was easier
Why?
because it ain't have to run like all that in the shopping plaza.
Was the Nissan parked close to Charles' vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And what side of Charles McCormick's vehicle was the Nissan's passenger side closest to?
His driver's side.
Did Hakeem go along with the plan?
Yes, sir.
Where was Leroy Whitaker seated in the Nissan when you relocated?
The back seat,
Okay. Where about Hakeem Robinson?
front seat.
How did he get to the front seat?
Jumped through the middle console.
When y'all were at that location and were still waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, was there any discussion about what firearm was going to be used?
Well, Hakeem wanted to use my firearm.
Your handgun?
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Did you let him use your handgun?
No,
You didn't want him to use it?
no.
If he'd have used it, what would you have to do with it?
Get rid of it.
Did Hakeem Robinson ever touch your handgun?
Yeah.
How?
But he picked it up. It was like, I'm finna use this. I was
Did you-
like, I said, no, you're not.
So what happened when Charles McCormick came out?
Well, Hakeem jumped out.
Jumped out of what?
Jumped out of the car.
Was that the plan?
No, sir.
All right. How was that different from what the plan was?
Well, I came up with a plan of getting closer to his car so when he get in the car, he could jump out of the passenger seat and shoot him as soon as he got in his vehicle. I could pull off faster.
And did he wait for Charles McCormick to get closer to his vehicle or get into the vehicle?
No.
What happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan?
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
McCormick.
Did McCormick stay there?
No.
What'd he do?
Ran.
What did Hakeem Robinson do?
Chased him.
And then did what?
Killed him.
Did you see that?
No.
Where did they go?
On the side of the building.
But did you see Hakeem chasing him with the rifle?
Yeah.
Did you hear shots?
Yes, sir.
And after those shots, what did you do?
I went and picked him up.
Picked who up?
Picked Hakeem up.
Where did Hakeem go when you pulled up to pick him up?
Say that again?
When you went to pick Hakeem up, where in the vehicle did he go?
Oh, he got back into the passenger seat.
Then what happened?
I pulled off.
Where'd you go?
Went to like towards the front entrance of the shopping plaza.
Did anything happen on your way out of the shopping plaza?
Yeah.
What was that?
The police got behind us.
What did you think when the police got behind you?
What did I think?
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Okay. Did you start speeding?
Yes, sir.
Did you drive kind of recklessly?
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. That right there was crazy, man. And sad. It was terrible, man. I mean, his back's up against the wall. He felt like he didn't have no choice, You looking at you talking about 20 to life. All right, but if you tell us what you know, we'll give you 10. You might come home in 7. that 7, that 10 started looking good. So, all right, start the tape. Let's talk. You know what I mean? So he tells what he knows, and that's what's so crazy. He told, I mean, everything. He even went to so far as giving them the facial expressions or how he smirked at him. You know, you gotta look at the whole where he testified. Look at the whole thing. Y'all haven't seen it. But he just went so far as like he smirked at me, threw me the keys, you drive it. You know, he told everything. But my brother, do you not understand that you have a target on your back? They still gonna send you up the road. There's a slim chance that you might get put in PC, you know. These people don't care. They got what they wanted from you now. They don't care what happens to you. So you might go down there feeling good. All I gotta do is do 7. I'm out. But you may not be able to make that 7. Somebody, I've heard, excuse me, I've heard that, that they check paperwork. So somebody get down there, check your paperwork, found out what you did, how you did it, everything. You might not even make that 7. You might not even, make it home. But okay, of course. So what if you do? Everything is fine. You do your 7, you make it home. You still got a target on your back when you get home because of what you did. You are labeled, sir, as a rat, a snitch. You know? So you still have a target on your back when you get home. You see what I'm saying? So I just really feel like he should have just shut up like old Scotty. You know what I mean? They still gonna send you up there. I don't think that you would have got a whole life sentence because you were the driver. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. Like I said, I just don't feel like he would have got a really big, had to serve a lot of time. But I have heard that Jacksonville is terrible when it comes to crime like that. They don't, they don't really take it easy on these young black men in Jacksonville, Florida. So, I mean, that could have been something that he was afraid of, but now you have to watch your back everywhere you go, even in prison, And that's a terrible way to live. What are you gonna do? You can't just sit in the house all the time unless you have enough money to have people go to the store for you, something like that. Whatever you gonna have to get out of your house if you make this without being touched in prison. You get back into the world, you still have that target. And I feel sorry for this young man. I hate it. But I saved the best for last. So let's get to the old man and see what he does. Let's go.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Did you, when you viewed that recording, recognize the person depicted in it?
Yes.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son,
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
After the murder of Charles McCormick, did you become aware of a post on Hakeem Robinson's Instagram account referencing something that happened?
Yes.
And was that posted from a nail salon?
Yes.
And after seeing that post, did you reach out to Hakeem Robinson, your son?
Yes.
And what did you want him to do?
I want him to remove the post.
Sitting here today, you realize that you were testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I have a number of reasons.
And what are they?
I got some health issues. I got two 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. And, you know, when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm going to come take her to the daddy-daughter dance.
Objection, hearsay, relevance.
Overruled.
You can answer.
When she asked me over each year when I'm going to come take her there, and I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm going to come to his football games, come take him fishing. My other 6-year-old, he asked me, when I'm gonna come see him. When he begging me, please come see me, Daddy. He want to teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. You know, things like that. My health issues.
What health issues do you have?
I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm on high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
Has becoming a witness in this case negatively impacted your relationship with your entire family?
Well, I really don't have no more relationship with my family, besides one person.
So if part of your family completely cut you out?
Yeah.
When people know that you're cooperating, does that make it easier or harder for you when you're incarcerated?
Well, it make it harder for me.
What about when you get out?
Extremely harder.
Is cooperating in this case something that is easy for you to do?
No, this is the most hardest decision I've had to make in my life.
The day that Charles McCormick was murdered, on January 15, 2020, does that specific day hold any significance for you and your family?
Yes.
And why is that date significant in your mind?
It's the date that my son got killed.
Mr. Whitaker?
Thank you, John. May I please the court?
Yes.
You love your family, Mr. Robinson. That's what we just heard, right?
Yes.
I guess you love yourself. Right? Yes or no, sir?
Of course. Self-love first, right?
Over your children.
That's the law of nature. Love yourself first.
Okay. You're cooperating in this case, correct, sir?
Correct.
This is not your first cooperation, is it?
No,
You've somewhat made a career out of it, have you not?
I wouldn't say career.
Well, you first testified against an officer, Officer Eric Sinclair, back in
Relevance.
Overruled.
1999, right?
Did I do what?
You testified against Officer Eric Sinclair back in 1999.
No, I didn't.
You came forward with information.
Yeah.
The officer evidently didn't take it to trial, correct?
Correct.
But your cooperation, your testifying to the federal government caused him to enter a plea, right?
I'm not going to agree with that.
Okay. Well, what you probably will agree with is that your sentence was dramatically reduced, right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it true that before you talked to the federal government, what you were facing back in 1999, you could have gotten up to life imprisonment, correct?
Yes.
Okay, fam. There it is. The father. Some pieces of the father testifying. It's sad. You know, like I told you, there was some solid times and some sad times in this trial, from what I seen. So, Mr. Blue, oh Blue, He says his health is failing and he has two children, that he wants to be there for. So my question to Blue, what would be different this time? Because there is a picture that's going around on the internet where I believe you're in prison and then you have queso like in the picture, you're kneeling down, you're in front of him. Look like you're in prison. So what would you do different to be a positive influence in these two younger children's lives? Um, I can already tell from the way he was testifying, the way he was speaking, that I know that they do not live with him. I'm pretty sure they don't. So my that would be my question. What would you do different? And I'm pretty sure if those people were thinking that about giving you some kind of leniency because of your children, they would be asking you the same question. Okay. So that would be my question to you because I'm looking at queso, man. Looks like you failed them. It's a sad. Uh, it's just not a good look for you for what you did. And I can't. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to bash this guy, but I just don't think that was a good look for him. Now we're gonna move on to the children. Okay, say like these people they feel sorry for you. They have some kind of sympathy for you. It's okay. We're gonna give you 10 years. I'm gonna run this scenario down. We'll give you 10 years. So you do your 10. You get out. You good. You happy. You want to see your children and everything. Go back to Jacksonville. Well, in Jacksonville, in the streets, you are considered a rat. You know, they said that you was an informant. Everybody got this information on you. So now you got people that's wanting to get at you. Okay, you go take your kids maybe for some ice cream, some soda. Y'all go see a game somewhere or something. You know what I mean? And you out with your children enjoying the day, and somebody says you that wants this get back for what you did, and something goes down and it goes left. God forbid, I hope this never happened. It goes left and they miss you, but they get one of the kids. That's terrible. That's one reason why I say this was not a good look. Number two, second scenario. Okay. So when you go inside, your kids are like what they say, them tweenies or whatever. They're not quite teenagers yet. So you go inside, you do your 10 years, you come out, you thinking everything cool. Maybe you haven't heard from them, but every now and again, you know what I'm saying? You come out, you ready to see your children. But the streets has been in their ear. Your daddy is a rat. He's an informant. He even told on his own son. So you get there, you touch down in Jacksonville, wherever you want to go see your children. That's the only thing you've been thinking about when you get there and knock on that door. They don't want to have nothing to do with you because the streets been in their ear. We don't want to have nothing to do with no rat. We don't want you. Get on away from here. You not my daddy. So there you have it, man. This just really wasn't a good look for you, sir. You know, one, you could be putting your children that you're so concerned about right now, you could be putting their lives in danger if you were to get out and spend time with them. Two, they may not have nothing to do with you after your little short sentence because you turned on one of your oldest, one of their siblings, you're one of your older sons or their older brother. You turned on them. So why would they want to deal with you? I mean, you shouldn't have done it. I don't think this wasn't a good look for you, sir. I feel like you're gonna have hate everywhere you go. You know, you said in your in court that you have no family more except for one person, and I wonder who that person is. And I hope they stay true to you, Doc, because you're gonna need somebody. You know, you're gonna need somebody with your health failing too. You know, you're gonna need somebody. So I feel you. I feel Boosie. Shout out to Boosie. I feel you. There's no way, no way. I would have never testified on my son. We just would have had to go down together, you know. And this would have been me. Your Honor, I'm not gonna point the finger at my son. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say what he looks like or who's in it. I don't know who's in that picture, you know. So whatever y'all gonna do to me, whatever y'all gonna give me, give it to me. But I just ask of you, Your Honor, if if I could be allowed this one favor, because I've already explained to you, I have smaller children. You know, I have smaller children. My health is going fast. You know, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this earth. So I ask of you, Your Honor, if I go down, if I become a lifer, can you please put me and my son, or my son and I, in the same facility, so I can at least enjoy what little time I have left with one of my family members, you know, one of my children. You know, can you please allow that for me? Because I don't know how much time I have left on this earth with my health being like that. So could you allow that, please? You know, that would have been my thing, but there's no way I would have pointed my son out for y'all to just, you know, because he's the state, he's the state's property now. You know, he has no life, no more life. I mean, his life, he does life. He's gonna have life, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be confined. You know, and if there could have been anything that I could have done as a father to keep his sentence short or whatever, I would have done that. You know, so I just I just feel like you messed you really hurt a lot of people. I know you did. And I know you hurt your son. I know he was out there, he was wilding, you know what I mean? And I can understand you sitting up there saying, well, hey, they put me in a situation, I didn't know nothing about it. But you did. They told you. They told you what they did after you picked them up, and then you put yourself in it by taking the clothes and taking them to some kind of burn barrel. So you put yourself in it. So this video is kind of long, and I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. But I want to just say to my youngins, you see that there's no love in the streets. His daddy was a street person. He only got to spend so much time with his daddy out on the streets, and his own father turned on him. But his daddy was a street person. He said they said he was well known in the streets. He used to get it back in the 90s. But that street person told, you know, he did the one thing that everybody get mad about, or people end up getting beat down or getting their lives lost. He did that one thing, and he did it to his own flesh and blood. So there's no there's no love in these streets. I don't care. You can sit there and be with this dude, Sandbox Baby, from all the way up to where y'all are now. You know, if it come down to y'all and him is gonna always choose him over everything, no matter what your own pops told him. So to my youngins, that should be a life lesson. Y'all should be taking this and thinking about this. Thinking about, look at, there's no love in it. You know, But there was one thing that your dad did do. You know, he was kind of looking out for you. You made them little posts, and he was telling you, take that down. That is unnecessary. Take it down. You're gonna get us all messed up. Take it down. You know, while your buddy's sitting up there, just helping you do this. They laughing, y'all laughing, having a good time. You posting these pictures with old boy saying bye. Then you done made a CD with covers of these people that's been unalive. You got all their pictures on your CD cover, and everybody thinks it's all fun and games until it's not. You hear me? Until it's not. So that's when you see the true friends. Now, your boy Scotty, he stayed true to you. He tried to save both y'all asses. He kept saying, "I don't know what you're talking about." I mean, even in his interrogation, he did not say nothing. He had both of them officers in there, like they was just doing everything they could. The only thing they didn't say was please. And he still held it down for you, man. So, that's one good thing. But I can say that's rare. That is very rare. He was trying to save his tail. He was trying to save you too. And that's cool. But your daddy, man, I think that's what, kind of got you. Everybody like, oh yeah, his daddy, he ought to know if that's his son or not. That's crazy. And then, like I say, your partner sitting up there laughing at all these posts that you make. Y'all think it's fun and games until it's not. So now you locked up. All your other partners free. Your boy Ace, he free. He good. You know what I'm saying? For the moment, unless something happens that he gets dragged into something, but he's good. So what he gonna do? He gonna feel bad for you for a little bit. He gonna feel bad for you for a little bit, but then he gonna turn around and just find him another, or AKA artist, another shooter, or AKA artist, and he gonna keep it pushing. He gonna keep it pushing. You know. And the one thing that I've never been able to understand is the self snitching. I mean, why? Why would you do something like this and then go online and post and talk about it? You know what I'm saying? When stuff like this, as serious as this is, man, you know what I'm saying? That's when people do like this. Especially if you ain't, it was somebody else. Somebody else was with you. You by yourself, man. You ain't got nothing to worry about because you gonna take that to the grave with you. You know what I'm saying? But y'all go and do this stuff and post it, and you want to make sure everybody knows that y'all had something to do with it. You want to make sure that everybody knows. You hear me? I said everybody. That's including law enforcement too, because they are watching you. A lot of your stuff you was convicted from a lot of your posts, a lot of your homies' posts, and that's sad, man. I feel bad for him. He was out here living reckless, laughing, gold teeth, all that stuff, laughing, man, just living it up. But they was watching y'all, man. And I don't understand how y'all could not know that these people were watching you. Your father told you to put that post down, I guess y'all didn't take it too serious, Being young and reckless, not paying attention, man. And it got you where you are now. This is terrible. So, to all of my young kings, young queens, please get out of these streets. Stop being so reckless. It's not cool.
You know the rules. Don't testify. You know the rules.